Typical. Might have to shout speak up just a little louder.
Yeah.
To the camera. Alright, so this film, I call it Remembrance, just because it deals with memory a lot. That's about it. I was thinking Kev playing Ron. I guess Jeremiah will play me. And you'll play Mark. And Kathy's in it, and I think that's it. Okay. I'll play Kathy. Alright, scene 1, staff lounge. Opens with Ron opening up a file of Justin in a wide shot. Ron then closes the file in the shot.
I mean, this will cover you up to 4 months, but this is quite a substantial claim.
Well, I was planning to go on tour with my band next week, but I guess those plans are going to have to be dropped.
Where to?
Australia, Europe, Middle East.
Well, as you can imagine, without a payout this size, we will have to investigate the circumstances of the accident.
Yes, of course.
Now that that stretch of the street has a security camera. Sadly, though, it was vandalized by some street punks.
Did the vehicle have a camera on it? I assume so, since it was driverless.
Also malfunctioning.
Why, that is just great. It seems like everything is against me today.
No, actually, this is slightly good news, because Domino's is quite a big corporation, and them having a malfunctioning camera could prove negligence on their part.
So does that mean I have a case?
Well, if we can prove full liability, then you can file a substantial civil case under our litigation wing.
Come back on to Justin thinking about it.
Could be a lot of money.
Come back on to Justin.
Alright, I'm sold.
Good.
Scene 2, staff lounge. Cuts to a chip device being put on the side, being pulled and put onto the table.
Is that one of those recall things?
At Paulson Insurance, we like to refer to them as
Corroborators.
Corroborators.
The police use them, right?
That's correct. Became law in 2076. But may I?
Sure.
Ron places the chip thing on the side of Justin's head.
I feel like a
Specimen.
specimen.
A specimen.
Specimen.
Justin touches at it.
Don't touch it.
Justin then stops. Ron sitting down.
So this device assesses in grams of your memories of what had happened, or as close to of what you can recall. Now they are subjective and may not be totally accurate and are often emotional, but by collecting a range of recollections from yourself and any witnesses, we can build a corroborative picture of the scene.
What if you can't remember anything?
Well, I have something just for that.
That's Ron placing a cup of Beantown coffee on the table.
What's that for?
This is a stimulant to jog your memory. This is a cafe just around the corners, so the whole area smells like coffee.
Justin goes to take a sip.
No sipping, just smell. Aroma is a much more effective memory booster.
Ron puts on some glasses. I was thinking the Kanye glasses, so.
Okay.
Now hold that smell in your mind. Close your eyes and try to remember that moment.
Justin does so. Cut to a slow dolly in of Ron's face. Smash cut to a POV of Justin walking out the library. Cut back onto Justin describing.
I was leaving the library, and it felt like it was going to rain. Heavy rain. There was music coming out of someone's house.
Cuts Kevin touching the side of the glasses. Hear a song come on. I was thinking The Drifters' This Magic Moment. Oh, I wrote Kevin instead. Sorry, Kev.
What a great song.
Cuts back onto Justin's POV. Justin speaking while the POV is going.
I turned to the corner of the stairs, and a woman is approaching probably one of the librarians. She seemed to have been carrying a gun. It was just so odd.
Go back on the Kev.
That's probably why you can recall it so well.
Go back on the POV. Justin speaking while the POV was going on.
I heard into the street. I looked left and then...
Hear the sound of a smash. POV blacks out.
And that's when my memory blinks out.
Justin goes to sniff the coffee again.
No, that's alright. What you have given me is already useful.
Kev scrolling his finger. Oh, cut to the POV reversing and showing Kathy and then stays in a freeze frame. Scene 3, Andrew house, cuts to Mark cleaning the interior of the house, car with a rag. Cuts to various shots of cleaning. Cuts to the side of the bathtub being wiped. Cut to a low angle of Mark wiping his forehead from the bathtub, going back to wiping. Scene 4 of Krauser's, cuts to a wide of Krauser's parking lot. Cuts to Kevin walking out getting a call.
Hey Cindy, you got a name?
Scene 5, Kathy's office, cuts to a wide of Ron in Kathy's office. Kathy is holding the chip. I know this might be confusing. I mixed up Kevin and Ron, everybody. Kathy is holding the cup in her hand. Oh, I'll do Kathy. Now, how far back does this thing actually recall?
Pretty much to the event itself. If we go too far back, or are recalling something else, I'll let you know.
You sure? I have some things I feel uncomfortable with sharing.
I have nothing to worry about. I've seen it all, trust me.
Kathy thinks about it for a second, then puts the chip on the side of her head.
Great. Now I'll need you to smell this in order to boost your memory from the event.
Ron slides the coffee over to Kathy. Kathy starts to smell it. Ron then puts on the glasses. Ron pulls out his phone.
Now, can you tell me whether this rings any bells?
Plays the Drifters, This Magic Moment. Cuts back to Kathy with her eyes closed. Oh wow, I remember hearing that when I was entering the building.
Great. Hold on to that picture.
That's Kathy's POV of the event. Kathy speaking over the POV. I remember seeing this guy walk out the library. He kept glancing at my puzzles. Like, he's never seen somebody carry a puzzle before.
Did you see the vehicle?
Kathy speaking of the POV. No, I was just confused on getting inside. Oh, I was just too focused on getting inside. I was running late. I did hear the accident, though. Go to the POV again, and we see Mark across the street carrying a coffee.
Who's that?
Well, that's just Mark. He stopped by the other day. He moved here from New York. He was telling me about this tree farm and...
Alright, I think I have all I need.
Ron takes off his glasses.
You can take that off now. Do you have a last name, by any chance, of this Mark fellow?
Smash cut to black and a part 1. Scene 1 side of the lumberyard. Goes so wide as we see Camry pull up. Cuts inside of the pointing angle of the rearview mirror of Mark just stares at the straight. Cuts to the wide from the straight of the car as Mark pulls the shovel from the trunk. Closing the trunk, walking away from the car. Slowly crossfade, following him coming back to the car. Cut to Mark popping the gas tank open. Cut to Mark putting a rag inside the gas tank and lighting it on fire. Cut to Mark walking away. Cut to a wide with Mark far away in the distance as we see flames in the foreground. Scene 2 outside Andrew's house. Cut to Mark putting the shovel underneath a ton of stuff under his patio. As he does this, he gets startled by the sound of Ron's voice.
Hi there. My name is Ron Murmur. I'm from Paulson's Insurance.
Mark states hiding the shovel.
I already got insurance, thanks.
I'm not selling anything. I'm looking for Mr. Mark Romanek. Are you him?
Mark then turns up to look at him, someone in a scared face.
Yeah, I'm him.
Oh, good. I'm just here to follow up with an incident you might have seen. A road accident?
I don't know anything about any accident.
This was only yesterday.
Now, where was it?
Hawthorne Ave, by the cafe and the library. A pedestrian was hit by a Domino's self-driving pizza car. Does any of this ring a bell?
Goes back to Mark, relieved.
Oh, right. I do actually recall seeing that happen.
So you saw everything that had happened?
Yeah, this guy was crossing the street, not looking both ways, and bam, hit by the pizza delivery car. Yeah, that's all I know. Now, if you excuse me.
Excuse me, Mr. Romanek, I do have further questions to ask.
Look, I'm really busy, and...
I don't mean to sound heavy, but it is a legal requirement.
Legal requirement?
Yes, if you have witnessed an incident, I have to notify the police when people refuse, and when they get involved, it just drags everything out with their proceedings and such.
Mark gulps.
Let's go inside.
Scene 3 inside Andrew's house, cuts to both of them sitting down in the living room, cuts to Ron cleaning his glasses.
Oh, nice. Those are some nice shades.
These? These are not shades at all. This is actually a recolor.
And what's that do?
It helps me get a visual memory record of what had happened.
Mark gulps. Ron pulls out the chip.
Now I have to place this on the side of your head. You might feel a slight pinch.
Mark puts up his hands to stop him.
Now, I can just do a sworn affidavit of everything that happened. Like I remember the car was speeding, way above average, and...
How fast in terms of mileage do you think it was going? See, I need to get a sense of that through your eyes.
Cuts back onto Mark's sign. Ron continued.
Listen, I'm not going to go into your private life or what you had done before the incident. Whatever is private remains private.
It's back onto Mark. The camera stays on him for a second as he thinks.
Would you mind if I just use the bathroom real quick?
Oh, sure.
Mark leaves. Scene 4, Andrew bathroom. Cuts to Mark looking in the mirror with his eyes closed, speaking to himself.
I left the cafe. I didn't get in a scuffle. I was waiting for a business call when the accident happened. That is not why I left the tree farm. Come on, focus.
Mark then opens his eyes, looking at himself in the mirror. Smash cut to black. And part 2. Scene 1, Andrew house. Cuts to Ron placing the chip on the side of Mark's head. Ron then pulls out a coffee cup.
Oh, I only drink decaf.
No, it's for you to get a better memory boost.
Mark takes a quick sniff, then puts it down fast. Ron then pulls out his phone, plays Magic Moment, while putting on his glasses.
This should also help jog your memory.
Put back onto Mark, nervous.
Now just close your eyes and recall to me as to why you were walking.
Mark closes his eyes.
Well, I had just left the cafe. They have my favorite decaf Beantown coffee.
Cuts to Mark's POV of the reading room with coffee. The image fuzzes out.
I'm sorry, I really don't... I'm trying to remember.
It's okay. I only need the part of the accident.
Put back onto Mark, focusing and nodding his head.
Try to focus on the part leading up to the impact.
Okay.
Cuts back onto Mark's POV with him opening the trunk, seeing a body, possibly moving it over to get the shovel. While he does this, he's on the phone with his wife. In the Mark POV flashback.
Hi, sweetheart. The company trip's going to be a bit longer than usual, and some things have come up. Some spreadsheets and the like. I should see you and the kids this weekend. Okay, love you. Bye.
Mark's POV goes fuzzy again. Cut back onto Ron, nervously watching. Cuts back onto Mark's POV as it fuzzes. String close up with one eye in a panic while they scream, "Stop!" Cuts back onto Mark as he concentrates with the chip on his head. Ron quickly takes the glasses off.
That's enough. I think I got all I needed.
We're done?
Yep, I got everything I needed.
Ron quickly hurries to leave.
Let me just show you out.
Ron kind of panicking.
I'm fine. I could see myself out.
Mark goes to follow Ron as he leaves.
I'm sorry about everything. It's just been a long day.
No, that's fine.
So where'd you park?
Oh, just around the corner here.
So you got everything you needed.
Yep.
I know this sounds silly, but sometimes I just think of crazy things. And have been getting bad dreams, you know what I mean? You have strange thoughts?
Oh, that's fine, like I said. I got exactly what I needed.
So, like, where does all that information go?
Oh, we deleted afterwards.
You sure about that?
Ron then suddenly stops and looks at Mark. Ron then runs away. Scene 2 forest. Cuts to Ron running through the forest. Cut to Mark chasing after. Cut to Ron stopping and hiding as we hear Mark. Cut to Mark searching around. Cut back onto Ron hiding. Ron then puts the glasses on and uses it. Cuts back to Mark's POV. Cut to Mark approaching the tree with Ron behind it. Ron correlates his movements to hide away from sight in 2 separate shots. Cut back to Mark as he realizes the chip on his head and he takes it off. Cut back on to Ron, then taking the glasses and slowly turning around right into Mark. Smash cut to black. Scene 3 side of lumberyard. Cuts back to a slow fade with Ron's POV waking up as he's being dragged by Mark as he carries the shovel. Fade to black. Fade back in as Ron's tied up with his shirt stuffed in his mouth. Or a shirt. Cut out to a wide.
I'm sorry about all this. I just can't allow you to leave with all those recollections.
Cut back to Ron nervously breathing.
Does your head hurt?
Ron shakes his head no.
I just want to let you know it was an accident. That man you saw was my business partner. We got in a scuffle. Let's just say I just hit his head a little too hard.
Mark just walks around and breathes.
What am I going to do here? I can't let you go.
Cuts back on to Ron nodding and saying please through the shirt.
You're going to tell someone, even if you say you won't. I know you will.
Ron goes, I swear through the shirt.
But your recollections are all recorded. The police will make you recall everything.
Ron says, I swear I'll forget through the shirt.
You'll forget. That's rich. I tried doing that myself. Here we are.
Ron goes, please through the shirt.
If I take that off, you promise not to scream.
Ron nods. Mark takes out the shirt. Good.
I can't do anything. It's the law. Everything that had happened is all confidential. Now please, let me go, please. It's like speaking with a psychiatrist. Doctor-patient confidentiality.
Goes back to Mark, just listening.
None of that's true. Now is it?
It is, I swear.
It's not. Now, did you tell anyone you were coming to see me today?
No one knows.
You're lying.
No, I swear.
Mark puts the shirt back in Ron's mouth. Mark then takes the chip and puts on the side of Ron's head. Mark then puts on the glasses.
Now tell me who you saw before meeting me.
Cuts back to Ron shaking around, crying, whole range of emotions. Cuts back onto a still of Mark looking straight ahead with the glasses on. Smash cut to Mark walking into the library with a shovel. Smash cut with Kathy at her desk with Mark knocking at the door. Hey Mark, you do some gardening? Come back to Mark wearing the glasses.
Something like that.
Smash cut to black. The end.
Yeah, that's really good.
I might not have that ending. I might just have it just be Kathy and then just the knock. Make it more suspenseful. I hope it wasn't too confusing.
No, I don't think so. I think it was easy to follow. Like I like how it sort of dovetails with Yellow Eye, but it's like it's very different too. I like it.
Are you confused?
Yeah, I like it.
Anybody else confused?
This is like another one in your series of like.
Yeah, I said
something, like, gets
I
captured.
said to him it was going to be the third part of the whole 2078 series. Yeah, I forgot that I wrote Kevin.
Yeah, it has some of the same themes like mind and memory and stuff,
Yeah.
but I feel like it's like the device in this, the recollector, where they see the memories through the glasses, like it's simpler than the one in Yellow Eye was.
Yes.
Like I feel like the one in Yellow Eye was kind of complicated to understand, and this was very simple.
Yeah.
Plus,
It was a very like simple, good sci-fi idea, like the kind of thing like Philip K. Dick would have in a story or something, or Harlan Ellison, who just died.
well, I mean, it's literally because he's an insurance agent. I forgot to mention that, but like,
Yeah, I got it.
he's just following up with a case. And it's a simple case. This guy just happened to be in one of the recollections at that moment, and then happened to be a murderer.
Right.
And we had to just.
One of my all-time favorite movies is about an insurance agent, Double Indemnity.
Yeah. Which was a high influence on us.
The Barbara Stanwyck, though.
Yeah. This has I don't know if you've ever seen it, but a great Minority Report type feel to it.
Yeah, I like Minority Report. That's based on a Philip K. Dick story.
Yeah.
That movie, when you look at it now, it presaged like so much of what like Apple and everything now does, with the screens and the.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
it also, it's a movie where it kind of predicts crime, sort of like this.
Yeah.
We're like, we're trying to get the most out of a situation and story, and like we know that this situation happened, whereas that story is basically like it recalls prior moments of an incident happening,
Yeah.
usually a murder. Yeah.
This is our future, man. It's our future.
Well,
Elon Musk, he's writing this right now.
he's just telling Alexa it. He's not even writing it. Alexa, Ron runs up to the.
See, I don't get how people like do that, like record like scripts on tape or whatever. Because like, what happens when you need to like cross something out?
Matthew Weiner, when he basically spent his entire 20s on the couch, and he
Wow.
but he said one of the things that helped him overcome like his reticence about writing was getting like an assistant who he would dictate to, and she like wrote everything down, and so he didn't have to like stare at the blank page type thing. I think his wife is like an architect, and she like
Does it?
supported him like when he was not famous or anything. He was also a one-day Jeopardy champion.
Explains a lot. Hopefully he just gave all the winnings to his wife, who supported him. I also jumped ahead with the driverless cars. No. And it's funny because I wrote this pre the Domino self-driving car, and then now there is an actual self-driving car. So
Can't even keep up. I was listening to an NPR story. Elon Musk is partnering with the city of Chicago and like Rahm Emanuel to make a giant like tunnel
through.
that'll go to the airport O'Hare, and it'll get you there in like 1/10 of the time it takes now or whatever.
He's doing that for LA too, I guess. The thing about that though is like, who's gonna test that? Because you're putting your car on this platform that goes like 5,000 miles an hour, and so like, God forbid anything goes wrong, your car's gonna get smashed and you get.
And it's the thing where he's like, oh, we'll take all the risk, and the city won't have to pay anything, but it's like...
No. I mean, he might as well also say that then about SpaceX constantly sending rockets where we have to pay for supplies to go to the International Space Station, but... I heard he's going to be on Joe Rogan, Elon Musk, so that'll be... Joe Rogan, the comedian, the Fear Factor host, he has a podcast and he's like bragging about, oh, Elon Musk's going to be on here, and I just think how funny that situation is, the Fear Factor host and, this billionaire like Tony Stark type character.
Are we gonna film today?
Nope, this was it.
Oh, this was it?
On that note...